Soka, Hoto, Etokotodoto, Lucha, Larry, Darby.
Oh, hell no.
Fyterfest! What's up, guys? It's that time again. AEW back with another pay-per-view. But is it really pay-per-view when it's free?
Is it? Leave a comment if you know, is it?
Yes, Fyterfest 2019 is upon us tomorrow night at 6 p.m., which you can watch free on the B&R app, which is actually really easy to use. We found out when we got Double or Nothing.
And the fact that they've already announced it's free for this one and the next one just continues to build the hype for All Out. It's going to be a madness. It's just madness.
I'm Jimmy P.
On Izzit Dev?
Maybe. Here with our Fyterfest predictions and analysis. So I'm going to go ahead and come out and admit that when it came to Double or Nothing, my predictions were absolutely horrific. And wins and losses are going to mean something around here on Rotted Peach Productions.
Stay tuned to find out just what that means.
So, yeah, so things are about to get crazy around here. Anyway, let's get into the card and predictions. So, recently they announced that on the they're going to have a pre-show, which you can watch free on YouTube. On the B&R website. So you can check that out there on YouTube as well. You're going to get a triple threat tag team match to determine the person who's going to get a first round bye in a tag team tournament that was recently announced for the beginning of when AEW goes on live TV, which is actually going to be October 2nd, which we just found out today. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, here.
So, yeah, they're having this big tag team tournament, and the stakes are going to be really high. And this match has the Best Friends, SoCal Uncensored, which is going to be Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, and the Private Party, which I've personally never seen those guys before.
I don't know anything about them either.
They obviously got some hype and some talent. They're young.
I mean, Cody's got him on the card, you know,
He's on that pulse of the young talent. So that was an interesting match. You know, I'm a super big fan of the Best Friends. So who are you picking and why?
I feel like the Best Friends have to win this because SCU, what do you think when you think SCU? I think Christopher Daniels, first and foremost, then Frankie, you know, and Scorpio, of course, is the flavor of the week for them. New guy, but they're a great team. I just feel like they're really pushing this tag team narrative. And for a trio squad where the second guy could be interchangeable and you don't really know what the defined tag team is, I feel like that can't get the win.
Interesting. I am also taking the Best Friends. I'm taking the Best Friends because I feel like they're building on the momentum that they got with their win at Double or Nothing. And like they're just gonna push that forward as to them being one of the top tag teams, and I feel like, you know, they might end up being like the surprise heel shenanigans going forward once because you know they've been teasing how evil they get and stuff.
This guy would go nuts if that happened.
Absolutely, and I'm hoping that it does. But I'm taking the Best Friends because I feel like they're gonna build on their momentum. And
all right, I see you. I see you. Best friends and best friends. All right.
So. Second match was Jabali versus Michael Nakazawa.
Okay.
Hardcore match.
Hardcore. You know why they're going to do hardcore? I'll tell you why. Because there's going to be some interference from someone on the roster, and Nakazawa's going to take the 3. He's going to lose. And because it's going to set up his future feud on the active roster.
Interesting. So This obviously has history because a year ago, when the first Fyterfest happened, these two had a battle, which was pretty crazy for somebody who was just a fan getting into the wrestling ring and fighting a seasoned veteran like Nakazawa. This stuff has been built up in like the being the elite storyline and things of that nature. So Matt Jackson's involved, and I think he might get involved in this match. I'm gonna take Jabali to win because you know, he's the promoter of Fyterfest and stuff like that. He's getting into this ring. I just don't see him losing.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I 100%.
All right, so that pretty much takes you through the pre-show card. Now let's get on to some main roster card madness. All right, so the first match that we're going to talk about here is Cody versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin has obviously had a like crazy history in the skateboarding world, done some stuff with Tony Hawk.
His videos are, the guy like fearless.
Exactly, he's had some brushes with death.
The stuff he's dropping in on and landing and not landing and just, like still doing it.
Yeah, like I'm just now getting familiar with him. Of course, All Elite Wrestling is pretty much what brought him onto a platform that was known for me so that I could check him out, and the dude is crazy. His gimmick's really good about being like half dead zombie boy.
I'm dead inside. Or no, what do you think? I don't know. I'm not no disrespect. Don't kill me.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good. Let's just go with that.
That kind of got the Darby. Like I'm a Darby fan. So good thing.
So he's going to be fighting Cody. Obviously, this is kind of like I feel like an exhibition match to kind of show the world what Darby Allin's all about. Cody has to remain strong, being booked into this match, so I'm taking Cody for the win.
Pretty much same story. I mean, Executive VP, you know, that's cool. You got signed, you know, you're here, but you're still going to job out to the boss. Cody Rhodes continues to win.
All right, next up we got this fatal four-way that I think is just going to be absolutely bonkers. We got Jimmy Havoc, Jungle Boy, MJF, and Hangman Page. I'm not sure what the stakes are here, but I think it's for like a Hangman's title shot or like
The number one contender.
it's
post,
something coming up post, yeah. But
post match, they'd be.
at first, Hangman just wanted a match with MJF.
Oh,
And he's kept calling Nick Jackson, who's one of the executive VPs of All Elite. He couldn't hear him and kept booking him with all these different guys, but it wasn't the guy that he wanted.
Yeah.
So then we ended up with this fatal four-way because Nick had already booked all the guys and they were expecting the payday. So it just turned into this madness. There's been some promos cut from Hangman and the various other guys.
Hilarious, very good promo work. I'm enjoying the promo work for AEW. So thus far, it's been really top for him.
I'm taking Hangman Page here, and the reason that I'm taking Hangman is because he's going into I think is going to be the main event of All Out, going for the AEW heavyweight title against Chris Jericho, and like he cannot look weak in any way going into this, so that's why I'm taking Hangman Page for the win.
I think because of the four-way and the madness that could ensue, I think this is the opportunity that we've all been waiting for, where MJF finally gets his win. And it could be from shenanigans. The only way to stop Hangman from winning is because of a 2 or 3 man assault and everyone gets wiped out at the end, and MJF finds some dastardly type of way to weasel the win. I think MJF does that.
Interesting. Look for some very strong booking in the form of like what stuff that Jungle Boy does, because it's obvious through all the stuff that they're doing through social media and their videos that Jungle Boy's going to be pushed going forward. So look for him to stay around in the main event or higher mid-card scene moving forward.
He's not someone's son. He's his own entity. Remember that.
That's right. So that's our first indecisive pick there.
Finally, gee, I thought we were going to have the clone card here.
All right, so then let's talk about Christopher Daniels versus Sema.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so obviously, if you've been watching any of the social media stuff, SCU's been going to China and like training with the China guys over at OVE, I believe it's called, or OVW, one of those two. And
OWE.
nice, thank you.
Fat guy.
So they've been having this kind of like storyline where they've come over there and trained some guys. They've had some matches and stuff.
They had a lot of storyline. They had a whole garbage being the Elite episode about it. I'm sorry, but come on, guys. What was that?
So then they had a loss at Double or Nothing, and OCU came out on top. Sema gave Christopher Daniels a call and said, you know, we need to do this one-on-one and see what's up.
Yeah, screw all these other clowns. Let's get down.
I expect for this to be 10 minutes of some
Intense.
unexpectedly intense,
Like the fire at the circus. Intense.
technical, spectacular wrestling. Sema's really good. If you don't know about him, you should check him out on YouTube. He's all over it.
And 1, 2, 3, Christopher Daniels gets pinned.
That's right. I'm also taking Sema here. They need to do something to make the Chinese guys look strong.
At some point, geez, come on.
This is the opportunity to do it. Christopher Daniels won't look weak after this loss, I
No, 'cause
guarantee
it's going to
it.
be an insane match, and you're just going to not believe what you just witnessed. Might steal the show.
Right. So then we have this was kind of surprising, and I'm very pleased about this actually. We got a three-way match with two of the chicks returning from wrestling Joshi. Yuka Sakazaki, the Magic Girl, which I'm super happy about.
She was insane.
And Izzit Dev's favorite girl from that, Riho.
Oh yeah, Riho. She.
And then they're bringing in Nyla Rose for this insane three-way.
She's good.
She's gonna be excellent as far as doing the power moves and
Good
stuff,
good heel power.
making these little girls take insane
And
bumps.
they're just so tiny, they'll just go flying.
It's gonna be great, dude. So we got Nyla Rose, Yuka, and Riho in this three-way match. I think we're gonna see some excellent like combination moves where it's gonna be these two Joshi girls having to team up to try to battle the power of Nyla Rose.
I hope they don't book her insanely insane. You know, they seem to be pretty reasonable booking so far. So.
I actually feel like this is gonna be like Nyla Rose's come out party here, and I feel like she's gonna get the win here because she's the homegrown talent and one that they're trying to build on. So I'm taking her for the win.
Though she does have the most press around her signing and the most interest overall of the three, I'm still gonna go with Riho because I want to see her win. So there's choices.
All right, so then I think the match that might have the most hype right
Is
now.
it time?
Oh my gosh, let's talk about
Is it time?
the craziest escalation that you've ever seen of a wrestling match.
Is it unsanctioned?
It is unsanctioned all of a sudden. John Moxley versus Joey Janela. So first, this match just started out as a regular wrestling match. Obviously, Joey Janela's a madman. John Moxley is a madman. The heat that's been getting thrown at each other has just been escalating to this point to where AEW has not been able to control it, and so they have washed their hands of the situation. They will be allowing the match to happen at their event, but it is now unsanctioned. What do you think this means for what's going on here?
I mean, I feel like this has the highest percentage of yielding a serious or critical injury or bodily harm of the card, and that one of these guys will legitimately push it to an excessive level, and it's not going to be good. But I just believe that's. I mean, kayfabe is beautiful in AEW because I just honestly believe these guys will go until one of them physically is destroyed.
Is this the day that Joey Janela dies?
Is it? I'm glad I got to meet him last year because I didn't know if he was going to survive his match last year before I met him, so I was as grateful then as I am this year. Hopefully to see him before then.
Obviously, Moxley's on a tear of destruction right now. He's an unstoppable force that I don't think will be taking a pin until some matches either in the G1 or when he fights Kenny Omega at All Out. So I am taking Moxley for the win here, but not before getting broken in half by Joe Janela.
It's going to be insane with some crucial spots, and in the end, Jon Moxley is definitely going to win this. He did hold a major championship in a different company, and he does have a lot of clout about him right now, and I just don't think it rivals where Joey Janela's at right now with the promotion. I think they're just not on the same plane, and if their win-losses system really matters, that this is pretty easily slid toward Moxley.
Wow. So far we're only differing on two matches. It seems like.
Dos.
Interesting.
Dos.
All right. So then that takes us to the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers and a formerly secret partner now known as Laredo Kid.
Did you see that spot from the other when he fell from the rafters out of the ring onto the concrete outside?
Yeah, absolute madness.
I just hope he doesn't do stuff like that again without at least some kind of padding there in case, you know.
Laredo Kid has been like a sought after prospect for many wrestling promotions for a long time now. Like WWE had interest in him for a while, and he actually had a deal with them, I believe, but he had some shoulder injuries that was like reoccurring, and they were pretty severe. So they couldn't take him at that time, so they just kind of cut him loose. And I guess he's been doing some amazing stuff in Mexico. He's got some match of the year stuff going on from like some other companies.
You gotta go out and like look at some highlights or something, check him out.
Yeah, so now he's here with the Lucha Bros, who we already know are ridiculous. And we're here against the freaking Elite. I'm super excited to see Kenny Omega back in action. I don't get enough. You know, the Young Bucks always tearing the house down. What do you think?
I think the VPs win this one.
Oh yeah,
There's no way.
This is the Elite's coming out party. I mean, the Lucha Bros are gonna look spectacular, but with Kenny Omega added to the mix, dude, I think it's gonna be V triggers, and more V triggers.
There's nothing they're gonna be able to do besides die.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen the Elite actually together as a unit, so I'm really looking forward to seeing
Omega
it.
had the job so hard at the end of Double or Nothing. He got his nose broke, and he's like getting thrown off dice or giant poker chips and getting debuted on.
It's time for some payback.
Is it? Alright.
That's it for the card for Fyterfest. And remember, this is free. Holy crap, you don't even have to pay to watch this, so you should definitely get the Bleacher Report app and watch this.
The
It's
Bleacher
free.
Report app is free on Apple because I have iPhone, so I checked. It's on Apple and it's on Android, and you can also download it on a PC or a smart TV.
Yeah, we watched it on Smart TV.
And if you don't have internet, that's not a really good excuse because you can go to a laundromat or go somewhere. So there's really no reason. I mean, you're watching this video, so.
Exactly. That's our Fyterfest prediction. We will be watching Fyterfest, so expect a reaction video shortly after the show goes off the air. Obviously, Fight for the Fallen is coming up after that, and that's gonna be free.
Yeah.
So we'll have predictions and stuff about that. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching our video. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button, subscribe. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and we do hope to continue going forward and growing with you guys as a channel. So stay tuned, and we'll talk to you soon.